when you fight, just let them call your bluff. You got the edge when things get rough, 'cause you're tough enough. Every day you prove it, every day you try your luck. Stand or fall, it's up to you. Ain't no way to pass the buck. You ain't in it for money, and you're just having some fun. You got a name, and the name of the game is do it till you get it done. You gotta do it till you get it done, 'cause you're tough like the steel of the wheel that turns the world around. Stand your ground when you're right, when you fight, just let them call your bluff. You got the edge when things get rough, 'cause you're tough enough.
Instant credit.
Instant credit, and no one over 18 turned down.
Nobody can.
Ain't they great?
That's not the question, brother. What are you going to do with them?
Now, that's a secret. Just help me get them in the truck. Would you be careful with it, Wyatt? I don't want it all marked up.
Marked up? Looks like somebody polished it with a belt sander.
That is part of that thing's personality. That's what you call your character marks.
Sounds like gunfire.
Evan, call the cops. Okay?
Nothing better.
Okay, what's going on here?
Guy's trying to rob the liquor store. Heard shots and came over to help, and I had him for a minute, but he got away. I'm sorry I couldn't make the plates.
What the heck is that?
He was wearing it. I knocked it off him.
Whatever happened to ski masks and nylon hose?
Looks like the Halloween holdup man.
Who?
A guy's been knocking off liquor stores all over town. No pattern to his crime except he always wears a Halloween mask. And up till now, we haven't had any leads as to his appearance.
I got a pretty good look at him.
Well, mister, you might have just helped us put a handle on the biggest chain of robberies this year.
Yeah, I'd like to see him again.
We've got a perfect day for the San Pedro Dirt Bike Championship, and we'll be starting in a few minutes.
So you nervous?
Yeah. Turn number 3's been giving me a lot of trouble. I slid out twice in the practice runs yesterday.
Well, look at it this way. Maybe you got all the slide outs out of your system.
I sure hope so.
Michael, what's the matter?
Peggy Crispin's here.
Who?
Peggy Crispin. I told her about the race, and she actually showed up.
Is Peggy someone special?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I don't really know. I mean, sometimes I feel like she likes me a lot. And other times, it feels like she doesn't even know I'm alive. Girls are real weird that way.
So I've heard.
Like the other day, she walked me to algebra. And then the day before that, she walked David Sawyer to his class. She didn't even say hi to me.
Well, listen, she showed up for the race. That's got to account for something.
Yeah, it sure does account for something. The guy she just walked off with is David Sawyer.
Oh, well, Michael, you're much better looking than he is.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. He's with Peggy, and he doesn't slide out on the third turn.
All contestants and their vehicles to the starting gate, please.
I guess it's time to go.
Where's Dad? He said he was going to be here.
Oh, he will be. He had to help your Uncle Evan out with something, but he will be here. He wouldn't miss this for the world. Now listen, you go out there and show them who the winner is, okay?
Coming around the hairpin curve is last year's winner, David Sawyer, and newcomer Michael Earp pushing for first place. This is Earp's first year in the race. He's pulling out all the stops. Sawyer's in trouble. He's spinning out, and he's out of the race. Michael Earp. Good race, Michael. In the second spot, number 12, Gary Gutnick. And in the third slot, Bobby Warman.
Oh, Michael, I told you could do it.
I didn't even slide out on the third turn.
Oh, congratulations, honey. Oh, I'm sorry I left a little lipstick
It's all right.
there.
Leave it.
Well, you rode a great race, Michael. I hope you're not too disappointed your dad didn't show up. He must have gotten held up somewhere.
That's all right, Ellen. At least you were here.
Well, good. Let's go show your grandma your trophy.
Come on now. Just flatten out now. Ain't no room in this bowl for no uncooperating lumps now. Come on. And fool. Yeah.
It's Wyatt, Ma.
Oh, hi, son. How's the race? Little Michael win?
Well, I didn't see the race. I was actually calling to talk to Michael, but I guess he's not back yet.
Oh, no. See, I expect him and Ellen any minute now. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm rushing to get this cake in the oven. You see, I'm trying out different recipes, see which ones will be the best for Michael's surprise party. Well, so far I haven't found one I really like.
Sounds great, Ma. Listen, when he gets back, apologize to him for me, will you? And tell him I'll make it up to him, and I'll explain everything when I get back.
Yep, I sure will. Oh, what about him?
Don't worry, Ma, he's with me.
Well, that's all right then, see, because whatever you got to take care of, I'm sure he's going to help you wind it up real fast.
Sure, Ma. Bye.
Yeah, and his nose was punched in right here. And his ears set up real high on his head like that.
What's that?
Well, while you were on the phone, I thought I'd give the artist a head start on the drawing of the suspect.
Evan, you didn't even see the guy.
I saw him from a distance, and very little escapes my vision. It so happens I eat a lot of carrots.
If you would turn to a fresh page, I think it'd give you an idea what the guy looks like.
The man is described as being 6 feet tall and weighing 175 pounds. His most distinctive characteristic is a large scar across his left cheek.
Happy, Frank? You finally got your mug on television.
Grab my mask. What was I supposed to do?
You jerk. You were supposed to be wearing a ski mask or something nobody could just yank off your face like that. But not you. You had to get flashy, get yourself a fancy name like the Halloween holdup man, then go waving your gun around, draw more attention to us.
It was going for a gun.
Shut up, will you? I want to watch the rest of this.
And thanks to a concerned citizen named Wyatt Earp III, the police may finally have a description that could lead to the apprehension of the Halloween holdup man. Now let's turn to sports.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is what happens. Frank, you lay low until things cool off. You and me are going to find that Wyatt twerp, and we're going to explain to him that it's not such a good idea for him to go to the cops and talk about us. You got that? Good. then there's no reason for you guys to be fighting with each other anymore, huh? I'm sick of it. Any more of it, and you're both going to be picking up your teeth off the floor.
And then right when I got to that third turn, I leaned way up on the bike, I dug right in, and I sailed right around that turn. No problem. I didn't even slide out once.
Proud of you, son. Sorry I missed the race. I wanted to be there so bad I could taste it.
Oh, now, come on, that's okay. I mean, you had a perfectly legitimate excuse. You was hunting desperados.
Well, wait a minute, there's more. Tell them about the part at the finish.
Oh, yeah, Dad, this is the greatest. Okay, you know how the track sort of tightens up right after that last turn? Makes it real hard to pass?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was running a real close second, but I knew I had to pass before that last turn or I'd lose my chance for winning. So here's what I did.
Hey, Wyatt, could you help out? Something shorted out over at the fun house. I got all the people out, but could you come down, take a look, see what happened?
There's somebody out and around that can handle that?
Well, Charlie's out sick. Mac's got the Ferris wheel. I'd do it myself, but I got a generator all broken down.
Hey, Wyatt, you stay here. I'll take care of the fun house. It'll do me good to get my hands into some broken machinery.
It's only broken after you get your hands on it, Evan.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, hang on with that thought, son. I want to hear the end of that story when I get back.
Wyatt, there's no sense in you having to go down there.
Whatever's wrong down at the funhouse shouldn't take your dad long to fix. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, it seems like he's always running out in the middle of my stories.
Now, that ain't true, little Wyatt. Your father's a busy man, but he's always got time for you.
And Michael, the same thing happens to me.
You mean he runs out on you sometimes, too?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. I keep telling him if it happens one more time, I'm gonna have to run off with the younger man.
Really?
Now, listen, I got a lot of cleaning up to do around here. I can't do it when everybody's hanging around.
No problem, Amanda. Michael and I'll get out of your way right now.
Where are we going?
Well, I don't know about you, but I could really go for a big ice cream cone. And since Wyatt's busy doing other things, there's no reason you and I can't have a good time.
Sounds good. Let's go. I'll even buy.
I wouldn't hear of it. I asked you on this date.
All right, now, let's see. Let's see it, huh? Let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go now. That's it, honey. Nope. Too much salt. All right, another one bit the dust.
No, really, Wyatt, it's just that little loose wire. It hooks in there behind Goony Bird's beak. It always jams right when he's supposed to say, "And welcome, boys and girls." And girls. He'd say it jams.
Last time you fiddled with Goony Bird's beak, he bit a kid.
It was supposed to give him candy.
Looks like the whole electrical system's down. I'll check the main breaker.
I'll get my tools.
Evan?
What happened?
Don't anybody move.
What'd you say, Wyatt?
I want to talk to Wyatt Earp.
Hey, Wyatt, there's somebody in here with us.
Quiet a minute. I'm Wyatt Earp. What's your problem?
It's not my problem, mister. It's yours. And don't try anything funny. Remember, I can see where you are. This morning, you ran into a friend of ours while he was trying to buy himself a bottle of whiskey.
You mean the guy was holding up the liquor store? That's your friend?
That's the one, wise guy. And you must have got a real good look at him, too. Because according to the news, you're the guy that got the cops to draw up such a nice picture of him.
What's your point?
The point is, unless you want to end up very dead, you better have nothing more to say about this. For instance, if my friend gets caught and they need an ID. Am I making myself clear?
Perfectly.
Right, boys and girls, and girls, and girls.
Evan, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Evan, he's getting out the back.
I'm coming. Wyatt, where are you? Oh, Wyatt?
You've been messing with this thing, Evan. Why won't it move?
It won't move, Wyatt, because I took out the transmission.
You what?
Well, it was only going to be temporary. I didn't know you was going to jump in here to chase after somebody.
Evan, why on earth would you take the transmission out of this car? What is the matter with you?
For Michael's birthday. I was going to make him something real special, and I didn't have the money for a transmission, so I took it out of the Cadillac. I'll get paid next week.
Well, they're gone now, and I didn't even get a chance to make their plates.
Well, what are you going to do, Wyatt?
Check out the fun house. I ripped a pocket off of one of those guys. Maybe something fell out I can use to find him or whatever. I mean...
Don't people do the weirdest stuff?
What do you think? Think a guy that hold up a liquor store might hang out at the Hot Rock Bar and Grill looking for a girl named Rosie?
Well, how are you going to know? Did you get a good look at the guy that pounced on you?
Good enough.
I was just coming to look for you. I was hoping you could let Michael finish his story. You know, he's real anxious to tell you all about it.
I know I feel bad about that, but I got something I got to tend to right away. Maybe you could watch him for me for a while. Take him to the movies later on, make him feel like he's not getting lost in the shuffle, and keep him out of the line of fire, if you know what I mean.
No problem. I think it'll help Amanda, too, if I can get him out of the trailer. I think she's trying to bake a birthday cake for him.
Thanks, babe.
Did you say that Ma was baking a birthday cake for Mike?
Yeah, a special one for a surprise party.
Oh, it'll be a surprise, all right. Probably a bigger one than most of us had hoped for.
Beg your pardon? Rosie?
Yeah? Oh, you ain't never been here before, have you?
No, I haven't. I'm Wyatt. Just kind of hoping you could help me find somebody. Did you write this down for someone?
Yeah. But I gave this to Mike Johnson. You want it too?
Already got it memorized, sweetheart.
Oh.
You say his name was Mike Johnson?
Yeah. And he comes in here to eat around 4 every day. That's when I get off work. But I'm on a different shift for a couple of weeks, so I don't know when I'll be in. You a friend of Mike's?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I could tell. You two ain't much alike. He's sweet, gentle. Mike ain't like that. He's wild and crazy, and sometimes I wonder what I see in this guy.
Maybe it's a wild and crazy side.
Yeah, that gets old after a while. Sometimes I'd like to try sweet and gentle. Well, speak of the devil. I better get their drinks before they start hollering.
Oh, don't put yourself out, Don. I'll take care of him. Sit down. We didn't get a chance to finish our little chat this morning. I'm going to rip your heart out for this. I had a different idea. See, I wanted to get a real good look at you so I could give another one of my famous descriptions. Or better yet, why don't we go down to the police and they can see you firsthand. You can tell them all about your little friend that holds up liquor stores. Take my truck, I'm around back.
Looks like we're taking our truck.
Hey, Mike, are you sure we ought to be off in the sky so soon? And people are going to know it was us that did it. I mean, there were lots of witnesses back there.
And what do you think all those witnesses saw, Roy? Huh? Him leading us out of there at gunpoint. This is what you call self-defense, right?
Something sure smells up a storm in here. Has Ma been experimenting with her cooking again?
What'd you say, Uncle Evan?
Well, ain't you the cat's meow? Are you working on your front wave?
No, just trying some new things. Trying to get away from that adolescent look. I am turning 16, you know.
You know, when I was 16, I had a hairstyle that a movie star would die for. My hair was real thick and real curly, and when I'd wash it, it would puff way out. And then I'd slick this part here back over the puffed out part and up on the sides. I was a spitting image of Elvis Presley.
Did it help you get girls?
I had to beat them off with a stick. They all wanted to run their fingers through it.
Uncle Evan, did you ever like somebody who you thought liked you, but you weren't exactly sure because she seemed to like somebody else?
You mean, did I ever steal anybody else's girlfriend?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it stealing. I mean, I think she likes me pretty much.
Michael, in love and war, all is fair. And you are looking at someone who holds the purple heart of love.
You know, the only thing that bothers me is, well, this person who likes the person that I like is sort of a close friend.
Well, that's what you call your added complication. But you got to be careful, because you don't want to wreck up a good friendship in case you and this girl go sour. And what kind of understanding does this girl and this guy have? Are they steadies or engaged or what?
Well, that's the tricky part. See, I don't think there's much of an understanding at all. At least I don't see one. As a matter of fact, she said that he sometimes doesn't even pay any attention to her.
Well, then you're home free. I mean, if a guy doesn't even care enough to make his own girlfriend feel important, he shouldn't be surprised if some dashing young dude sweeps her off her feet. See, in love, Michael, you gotta stay on your toes. If you bob when you should weave, you might find that you have the rug jerked out from under you, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I was thinking. I guess I just had to hear it from somebody else. Thanks, Uncle Evan. You've really been a big help.
When are you gonna be seeing this woman in question?
Tonight.
Go get him, Tiger.
Mike, look, I tied him up real good. I don't know how he could have got loose.
All right. He's out in the road someplace. He can't be far away. Now, let's go get him, huh?
Hop on in.
He couldn't be this far back already, but I ain't seen a trace of him.
Yeah, he must have hitched a ride into town. Yeah. That's okay, though. That's okay. We can still get him.
Look, Mike, this guy is something else. Maybe we ought to just leave him alone and just hope he doesn't come looking for us again, okay?
I said we're gonna get him.
How? How are we gonna do that?
Coming. Michael, you're a little early.
Yeah, I didn't want to be late.
Well, I just got out of the shower. Come on in, I'll start getting ready.
Oh, here.
Oh, Michael, those are beautiful. Thank you. Just lovely. Okay, I'm gonna go get dressed. What was that?
Oh, I just was saying that I heard some of my friends talking about the movie we were gonna see, and they said it was real good.
Oh, that's terrific.
So, do you like alcohol?
What?
I mean, what do you like to drink?
Well, actually, I'm pretty much of a teetotaler. I don't mind an occasional glass of wine.
Wine. I prefer scotch.
Such a clown, Michael. Always kidding.
You have nice feet.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Tell you what, it's not going to take me too much longer. Why don't you meet me out by the car in about 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his old lady.
She's taken off with some kid.
Yeah, young, pretty woman like that out in the world with a small, defenseless kid. Very dangerous. I think they ought to have an escort, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan, you in there?
Oh, wait a minute, Wyatt. Don't come in. Don't come in. I'll be right out. I'm working on a surprise for Michael. What happened to you? You look like you've been drugged through the desert.
Close. Come on up the trailer with me.
Did you ever find those guys that jumped us in the fun house?
Sort of. Let's just say they got away from me. At least this time I made their plates and got a good look at their faces. I got the cops working on it now. Something tells me they're going to pay us another visit. I want to get a couple of guys up on the entrance and 2 more up in the parking lot. Keep an eye out for them. Talk to Slade about closing down early tonight.
What for?
You know, they want me pretty bad, and I don't think their conscience is going to bother them if they hurt somebody on the way. I could get Ma out of the trailer. Crying out loud, don't tell her why her feet go right into the dirt when she hears Desperado. Where's Michael?
Oh, Michael's all right. He's got a date tonight.
Date? Supposed to be with Ellen. I told her to keep an eye on him for me.
Ellen? You mean he's going out with Ellen?
They were supposed to go to the movies. Who's he got a date with?
Oh, my mistake, Wyatt. It must be tomorrow night.
Help me with Ma.
Oh, Michael. Please don't have been talking about Ellen.
Evan!
Yeah, coming, Wyatt.
I didn't think it was such a bad movie, Michael.
Well, there are other movies I'd prefer to take you to. It's just, I'm not 17 yet. Next year, though. Oh, Ellen, do you think you might want to stop for a drink or something?
You know, a soda might not be a bad idea. Oh, I almost forgot to ask you. Did you ever get a chance to talk to Peggy Chrisman after the race? Michael, where are you going?
Oh, well, I didn't want you to be on the street side.
Oh, thank you. That's very thoughtful of you. Well, Michael, you have turned into a real gentleman. Peggy Chrisman knew this about you. She dumped that other guy in a hot second.
Ellen, did you ever think about, well, you know, maybe someday, would you like to get married?
Well, yeah, I think so, you know, if the timing were right.
The timing?
Well, sometimes, you know, you meet the perfect person at the worst time and the not-so-perfect person at the best time.
Did that ever happen to you? Did you ever meet the perfect person at the worst time?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, I think I did.
What'd you do about it?
I haven't done anything yet. I've just been waiting and hoping that things would change, and that if they did change, you'd approve.
I'll approve? Approve of what?
Well, I think you can like a person a whole lot until they step in and replace somebody that you've loved and lost. I think you're real fond of me, Michael, but I think there might be a little resentment if I were to marry your dad and become your stepmother, even though I'd never try to replace your mom.
You mean you want to marry my dad?
Of course. Isn't that what all these questions were leading up to? Michael, is something wrong?
Hey! Oh, get him off me! Get him off me!
Tell your dad if he wants to see his friend alive, he'd better do what we say. Do you understand, Pop?
Excuse me. I'm looking for my son, Michael Earp. I understand he's being treated here.
Yes, he's in treatment room 6, down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but not all of you can go in there. Only his father.
Well, now, listen, you tell little Wyatt I love him here.
I will not.
Oh, Wyatt? What are you going to ask him?
What do you mean? I'm going to ask him how he's doing and what happened.
Look, don't ask him too much about Ellen, okay?
Well, I got to ask him about Ellen. He's the only one that saw what happened to her. What's the matter with you, Evan?
Well, as usual, this is all my fault.
What's your fault?
Well, if I hadn't been running my mouth about all's fair in love and war, none of this would have happened. But how was I supposed to know the woman he was asking me advice about was Ellen? I thought he was talking about some 13-year-old with pigtails and braces.
What are you saying to me? You telling me Michael has a crush on Ellen?
What I'm telling you, brother, is you be gentle with that boy.
How you doing, son?
Hi, Dad. Have you heard from Ellen? Did you find her yet?
No, but I called the police in on this one.
You sure you should have done that, Dad? I mean, what if they found out that you called the cops? And they might hurt her or something.
No, I know these people. They don't want me. But they might need a little backup on this one. Hey, you get her back. You gotta think positive now.
I am. It's just that... Well, if I'd have been paying attention, instead of just pretending like I was in some sort of a fantasy world, then none of this would have happened. It's my fault. I let him take her.
You didn't let him take her. You got a bump on your skull to prove it.
Dad, there's something we gotta talk about. I know you're gonna be angry, or at least disappointed.
Well, why don't you let me decide that?
I was competing with you for Ellen.
You mean like, trying to win her away?
I don't think you have to worry about that happening. But the point is, I betrayed you. I don't know what happened. It's just that you couldn't show up for any of the things at school. And Ellen was there. You know, she's real pretty.
Yeah, she is.
And Peggy Christman started playing games with my ego. And I just realized that it was more fun being with someone who acted a little bit more mature.
Sounds to me like some pretty valid reasons for doing what you did, son.
Then you're not mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you. We're all prisoners of our emotions. We gotta battle them all the time. Sometimes that fight can be toughest when you're 16. I'm proud of you, son. Showed yourself to be a man tonight.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, thank you. You know, a little healthy competition keeps a guy on his toes.
That's sort of what Uncle Evan said.
Oh, I guess we're really in trouble, then. You do what the doctors tell you now. And I'll get Ellen back for both of us.
Hot Rock, this is Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie, Wyatt Earp here. I was in earlier today talking to you about Mike Johnson. Do you remember me?
Sure I do. What can I do for you, honey?
Well, Mike and I never did have a chance to finish our conversation, and I was sort of wondering if you knew where he was.
Well, he didn't ever come back here, so my guess is he's home. I know he loves to watch the reruns of The Untouchables on Saturday night.
Would you happen to have an address on him?
Sure. He's at the Golden State Arms down by the docks, number 8.
Thanks, darling. I'll make this up to you, I promise.
Well, I get off at 11.
Well, I'll try, but don't wait up for me, okay? Yeah, get an address on this Mike Johnson's a place to start. You and I'll take a cab back to Sladetown and get some transportation.
Now, just a minute now. I mean, suppose one of them desperados tries to reach us at Sladetown. I mean, there's not going to be anybody there to answer the phone.
I plan on getting a jump on him, Ma. Did you put the transmission back in the caddy like I asked you?
When did I have time to do that?
What are we going to use for wheels, Evan?
Well, what's the matter with the pickup?
It's still parked up at the Hot Rock with no tires.
Wait a minute. Have I ever let you down?
Ta-da!
What is it? I call it the Studmobile. Michael will be the envy of every kid in his class. I haven't had a chance to paint it yet, but let me show you some of the things it does. You ready? Hey, see that little button right there? Push that button. It squirts men's aftershave from the driver's side to that little touch-up. Now scratch the dashboard right there. The scent of the roses.
You took the trans out of the cad to put it in this thing?
Yeah, And I got the radio rigged here so when you turn it to a certain station, it plays Strangers in the Night for those special moments.
Ellen's being held by a couple of hoods, and you're talking to me about strangers in the night?
It's a car, ain't it? It runs. Do you think I like having to do this after all the time I spent on this surprise?
Okay! Let's just go, okay?
Don't touch that door. It's the alarm system, Wyatt. I got it rigged up to a recording. Okay, we're all set.
What about this one? I was thinking of hitting that Big 5 liquor store in Encino with this one before I leave.
You ain't gonna hit nothing. You're taking the next flight to New Mexico. And we're not gonna miss you, Frank. You know why? Because Johnson and me have some real nice company now, don't we, honey? You smell so good.
You sure smell bad.
Why, you little... Come on, Roy, will you?
Come on, lady, the speed limit ain't 15 miles an hour.
Ain't this just the greatest thing you ever come across?
Shut up, Evan! Just shut up!
Yeah, who is it? Yeah. I said, who is it?
Drop him. You get your hands off my lady or he's gonna have a hole in his chest.
Hold it right there.
I think I got one more left. You want to find out? You did good, darling. You okay now?
Oh, listen, I'm gonna be fine. Wyatt, how's Michael?
He's okay. Need a couple of stitches from that whack on the head, and he's at the hospital. Ma's with him.
I guess I didn't do a very good job of keeping him out of danger, did I?
It's funny, you know. That's how I felt about you.
Well, I guess my surprise ain't gonna turn out like I expected.
Oh, I don't know, Evan. That bullet holes, they kind of give it what you call your basic character marks.
It's beautiful, Dad.
Well, you know, they say the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. That belonged to your granddad.
Thanks, Dad. And thanks, Uncle Evan.
You're welcome, Mike. I'm just sorry my special present wasn't ready in time for your birthday.
Don't worry about that. It's the thought that counts.
Well, Ma's got something for you inside.
Okay.
If you'll excuse me, I have an important task to perform. And if you're smart, you'll get out of here before you have to eat some of that cake.
Well, well, well. Looks like Peggy Christman came through after all.
Lucky for me.
Lucky for you. How's that?
Nothing, just a little something between father and son.